Good morning. Today I want to share Psalm 46:1 that says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. I am just so thankful that no matter what I'm going through, God is there. A refuge is a place where you can go for protection, rest. And, I think of a refuge sometimes as this big rock that you can go and you can be protected against the wind and the waves and I am just thankful that God is that rock for me and for you, that no matter what is happening in our life, the storms we're going through, we can go to Him and find rest. He will protect and He will give us the strength we need to get through those tough situations. I know with the news, it can be so easy if you watch the news to hear all the negative because the news kind of focuses on, fear. It wants to instill fear because it focuses on the murders, the terrorism, the storms, COVID, sickness, death. And it's very easy if you're going to focus on those negative and bad things that you're going to become afraid. And that isn't from God. That's not what He wants. He wants us to be at peace. And He wants us to know that He is right there for us. And so instead of focusing on all the bad that's going on, start to look around every day. What did God do for me today? Maybe you weren't in a car accident. You were able to stop your car in enough time or swerve. Maybe you saw the beautiful sunrise or the sunset. I know this weekend it was bitter cold. And, it was even cold in our house because the furnace didn't want to keep up. But I was thankful, one, that I had a house to protect me from being out in that bitter cold. And two, that we had a furnace that was giving us heat. It may not have been as warm as I wanted, but it was still heat. And I was thankful for the blankets that I could wrap around me when I was a little too cold. There's always things you can find to say, thank you, God, that, for this blanket. Thank you for this house. Thank you that I am healthy and I'm not sick. Bringing up COVID that I did, I was not afraid of COVID. I knew that God was going to protect us and that even if we got COVID, He was either going to heal us physically and return us to health, or He would call me home, give me the ultimate healing. So I didn't have a reason to be afraid of it. And I knew people who had gotten COVID. My husband was one. And he recovered. Thank the Lord. Praise you, Jesus. I know people who passed away from COVID. But, if you watch the news, it made it seem like if you got COVID, it was a death sentence. You were going to die. And they focused on the negative. But what they weren't saying was how many thousands, maybe millions of people recovered without any issues, that they were better within either a couple days or maybe it did take a couple of weeks, but they were able to recover and they didn't die. And many, many, many weren't even hospitalized. So please, I just want to encourage you, don't become fearful by looking at all the negatives. Find those things. Look every day for things that God is doing in your life and be thankful for those things. Be thankful you can go to God and He will protect. He will give you peace. He will give you strength. And just thank Him that He is always there for you. Have a great day.